Okay, hi.
For a while.
Hi. Hello, we're live.
We're
Fuck, I
live.
forgot something. I'm gonna be right back.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Horror.
What the fuck?
We're alive. Oh no, what
You're
have we
alive.
done?
Yes, you're living. Welcome to the land of the living, motherfuckers. Except for
I
Sylvie.
don't like it. Put me back.
I
It's
mean,
kind of ironic that the land of the living is built on the dead corpses of those that came before us.
Exactly.
Okay,
Very nice.
Philosopher's bitch.
What do you mean, philosophers? This is a common observation.
It's just the truth.
Remember, kids, dirt used to
is
be
dead
somebody. Yeah, dirt used to be someone's flesh or shit, or both.
Random question: has Sylvie survived any of your campaigns yet?
No, she killed all of. She killed herself in all of them.
You should post like a Sylvie death montage.
No. What's that fucking meme? If I had ever nickel for if I had ever a nickel
for every time Sylvie died, I'd have a lot of nickels.
No, I have 2 nickels, but it's
3.
Oh,
Three.
Sorry.
Squishy.
Jesus. Anyway, session 11, everybody. Congratulations, you lived to double digits.
We did that last session.
Well, true, but you're still surviving. You know.
I'm still standing.
Not everyone made it to this point, so take it. Be grateful.
Yeah, be grateful. Until I decide to DKP, or you gotta place your sacrifice every 7 sessions.
We still don't have that Sylvie Family Guy death pose in Sylvie's spot.
Yeah,
We
Rog.
need to get that.
What? Huh? What? Huh?
Draw Sylvie in the Family Guy death pose so that it can go where Sylvie's face
You know what? I
usually
might
is.
actually do that, but I might get a bit too I might get distracted. So
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
no
fine.
worries. You're doing it for free, so like.
hey,
whatever.
okay, we don't have to rub it in. Okay.
Okay.
We'll want money at some point.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. So, motherfuckers, congratulations, you're all alive. Nice. So I got a simple question, and I ask every single fucking week, except for the last 3. And I'll ask you more until you live or die or successfully complete this thing. Are you fucking ready?
I believe so.
Yes.
I should
hope
be.
so.
Definitely not. Way too long since I played.
Oh yeah.
As all
Actually,
ever.
no. Yeah, no. I feel that. I feel that completely.
Oh, give me a
What
sec.
were we doing last time?
I'll give you a
Talking to a
recap.
midget.
Huh?
I feel like an old person. Like seriously, no, listen. I have a tiny little cup full of I think outdated
Don't care.
mints.
Don't care. Literally don't care. This is session time. What the fuck are you talking about mints for? So,
Oh,
motherfucker, you're younger than me. Okay,
does that
anyway,
make you?
better than you apparently.
No.
Anyway. Oh boy, it's been a fucking year. Anyway, last we left off, you all made it out successfully out of the burning of the Lucky Bears Inn or Tavern, leaving the smoldering corpse of Sylvie behind as she miraculously ended herself. Making out and doing some fishing, you went towards the Adventure Guild of Kujo to inform the guildmaster Ox about what transpired, and at that point he was already well informed of the happenings. And then you decided to head towards the barracks, as apparently there lives a halfling that knows most about Redjaw and the gang surrounding him or her or it. As you were basically figuring out what to do, Karok of all people decided to go and look for shrine, a temple, or whatnot, stumbled upon a young human lady, quite young, gullible, but cheerful and optimistic. As Elena was her name, that I guess now follows all of you. And also, Karok nearly got killed in Lathander's temple for trespassing. But besides the point, you all made it to the barracks. Found a halfling that was having a heated discussion with some noblish type individual. As you informed for your vengeance for Redjaw for your fallen comrade, he'd given you the map with some details written on it for you to look over and take it for yourself, for he decided to drop the case. For what reason, he did not tell you. And technically, the last we left off, Britt and I think Farron, you decided to leave the halflings Ozza's dwellings to the rest of your party with now a newly acquired map. So, at this time of day, it's about 2-ish p.m. It's warm. It's the early summer. What would you like to do?
Where was I?
So
With
I'm gonna,
everyone.
just to jog people's memories here. I'm gonna. Farron looks over to Brett. So we.
Yes.
What lead we following?
Would assume we would start with the closest one.
I lied about that. Let's see. Kind of starts to unroll the map we were provided with all the leads on it. And he hands it over to Chadwick. Chadwick, I believe you have a copy in your DMs. If not, it's pinned. Phone moment.
Yep, gotta check everything now. All right, where would it be pinned?
In Dice Roller or in your DMs. It'll be in both of those places.
Ah, there we go. All right, so let's see here. So, what's the plan now?
Well, looks like we're looking for the closest lead here. What do you suspect?
Let's see.
I don't think we want to go for the big fish right off the bat. No.
Well, we know they have some gang presence in Olash itself, but looking for a lead there.
Yeah, it looks like halfway between here and Elisha. I can't quite read the map, but lead number 3. That might be our best bet for now. Looks like the closest.
It appears to be a... what is that? Potential drug den. But
Yeah.
that
Your
might
dog
be
influence.
worth it. It does
I mean, it's
seem
got a
like-
lot of influence in that area, so if we knock enough heads around, I'm sure we'll get some information.
Plus, it will
mm.
it'll give, while we're out doing that, it'll give them plenty of time for the guild to come with potential whereabouts of Tarumak.
So, decisions. What is everybody doing?
Well, kind of since we were just talking about this semi to ourselves, semi out loud here for the others to hear. Not sure how close you guys were listening.
Remind me where we are at this very moment.
We're on one.
We are
Olash.
in Olash, outside of our new investigative link to all the Red Shaw things, the gang that killed off.
Okay, so we are in front of a building, in front of a in the road.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, kind of Farron looks to everyone else. So at the moment, we got quite a bit of leads. My accent just broke. I'd recommend number 3. It's Chadwick, but with a potential drug den, it'd be do some good if we took it out. Beyond that, there'll be plenty of loot. No, remember, no Empire administration. Being in this sort of place will be a kill first, ask questions later situation. I recommend being on your guard if we take this one. Beyond that, might lead to something, might lead to nothing.
Should probably make sure that we're fully prepared for it, though. I.e., correct the proper supplies.
Great. Might I ask, would we need a cart at some point?
That
Make
might be a good idea.
I don't recommend it yet. We got 8 people, 8 hands, and plenty carrying capacity at the moment. Maybe if things get heavier.
Carrying capacity is not the only thing that I was worried about.
Baron
You're
raises an
concerned
eyebrow.
about transport, aren't you?
In a way.
In the speed of which we can.
Horses aren't cheap, my friend. Nor is a carriage. We don't got much funds on us.
I'm pretty sure we have
It's
something.
true.
Pretty sure there's something we can conjure up.
Look,
Well,
if you've
as
all
I
been
was-
practicing your paladin abilities, at this point you should be able to conjure up your own horses. That's if you haven't been slacking off. I don't think we need to buy off any.
Can we
Farron
proceed
kind of
how
looks at everyone.
long it would take us to get to number 3?
Those who are interested to figure out the logistics, roll me an intelligence check.
Actually, question. Chadwick, given Chadwick has navigation tools, would Chadwick just be able to understand this?
Lower DC. Not gonna tell
Okay.
you what the DC is.
Don't
but-
you some...
Starting off strong.
Alright, I'll be helping Chadwick.
I don't think I have. I actually don't think I have the mount thing.
It should be a baseline paladin spell.
Yeah.
From what I've
We're
seen-
able to take conjure mount.
Conjure,
I-
Fine Steed.
Conjure steed. Yeah,
No, Fine Steed. It's
fine
called
steed. Whatever. Whatever.
How dare you!
Embody horse. Whatever. But I
Okay.
do not have that.
So what's Chadwick in total? 18 plus what?
Oh, I don't have any addition to my intelligence.
Oh. Okay. So you quickly look at the map. You know what Death Row is. You've never been there. Technically down south, the Emperor's Road between two capitals, Olash and Halashra, is pretty safe and quite easy to travel. And then taking a bit southeast, you think on foot, normal pace, 5.5 days.
On horse, though?
On horse, maybe 2. Like if you're really just booking it.
Alright. With that, alright. Chadwick, do you retort this information?
Yeah, guys, it would take me about 2 days. You guys probably about 5.
Well, given the numbers, have y'all prepared to conjure a steed? kind of looks at everyone.
Oh, I'd be able to.
Have you all prepared to? Kind of, I say, repeats himself, expecting an answer from you lot. Alright, silence guilty, I guess. Looks like we'll have to wait tomorrow. I expect you all to rest up and prepare it. Chadwick, Dagger, we got a blade to recollect.
Right. I'm sorry. Remind me right now. My brain's fuzzy. My memory's always
Back
been
when
like
we were
this.
escaping the burning inn and we went down to the sewers, at
Right,
the end
and
part of the
then
sewers, there was a blade.
I argued for a blade, a broken blade.
Yes, and
Didn't
then
we
Farron
take-
said we'll
didn't
come
we
back
ta-
for it.
Pretty sure we
You left
took
it.
We left it.
We left it. Okay, fair enough. I'm willing to go with.
So,
You don't argue for it.
Should
Alright.
probably make a list of things we need before we set out as well.
I'll leave that up to you, Brett.
What's our paladin?
kind of-
What's our spell level again?
Jesus Christ.
We have.
Maximal seconds.
If I want, I can
Just-
pull
We
that
have
up.
level 2 spells.
Okay,
Yeah.
we only have level 2 spell. Okay, thank you.
You should have
I'm a
2
little
level 2
confused.
spells and 4 level 1 spells.
4 level? It says 5 for me. Prepare.
Oh, did it?
It's
Let's see,
it's based
I
on
might not have
charisma, I
updated it.
think.
It's based on charisma, yeah.
I'm talking about spell slots. I don't think that's based on charisma.
There are like pre-prepared ones that you always have.
Okay, anyway. What
Yeah, I'm just
would
talking
you
about how many spell
like
slots, to be clear.
to
Not how
do?
many memorized.
It's about 2 p.m.
I think unless Chadwick has any objections, me, Chadwick, and Dagger will be going off to that blade. Everyone else, that's up to you guys.
Also, you have 2 companions with you that are the NPCs. One of Arthur and one of Elena, if you remember.
Tarumak realizes he needs to do his evening prayers, and he is half tempted to go back to the temple to pray. But an almost
It's 2 in the
subconscious,
afternoon.
animalistic part of his brain, the self-preservation part, says, "No, please don't do that."
Yeah.
So for once,
Animal monkey
he'll decide
activates.
his devotion and display humility by just praying in his room or something.
Well,
Out of the way.
I mean,
You got a new microphone, don't you?
he noticed immediately, damn.
It's really noticeable.
So-
Xbox mic.
But yeah, you to put in perspective, you basically have quite a bit of goal on you. Down 1 companion, down up 2 companions, I guess. And without a place to sleep, because the previous dwelling, the Lucky Bear, kind of got torched last night.
How the fuck did I
Didn't-
miss that?
Didn't we get rooms at the Adventurers Guild?
You did.
You can't. 2 silver.
Yeah, but you never did. You just kind of went
Yeah.
towards. Yeah.
Oh, did we not actually get them? Okay.
Yeah, he just kind of got the information all headed to the barracks. So, the day is yours. What would you like to do?
Still really unsure about moving in the city.
If any of you, my friends, would like to have some prayers, I know a brilliant temple. It's over there. You might have to go on ahead without me, but I'm just saying.
A temple to who, Karok?
A very nice god. His name was Lathander. Not so sure about his followers. They seem a little bit uptight. But yeah, nice place.
He says get struck by lightning.
He threatened to murder me, and he's still like complimenting them. Okay.
Araxis.
Yes?
Do remind me, did I get some, did I buy some incense making stuff last time I went to the
No.
No, okay. Thank you for that.
Nathan,
bit
you're a paladin of Lathander, aren't you? We're both paladins of Lathander, right?
I mean,
Or-
My oath's been.
Did you
taken to
forget your
saloon.
god?
No, no. My oath's been taken to saloon, but
Oh,
For
just
some
out of
reason,
character.
just
I
confusion.
thought we were. I thought we had taken the same god.
For some reason,
Alright.
the
Haven't taken the
confusion
same
on his
god,
face.
but-
I just imagine
Okay.
you like grabbing his arm, right?
right.
Right? Full sword.
There's not a problem
We
here,
took
is
the
there?
same god, right? I'm not one of those crusading types, but you have the same god as I do, right?
If you don't, you do now.
If you don't have a choice. You are being saved. Do not resist.
So-
Exactly it.
Sergal's gonna head to that temple.
Okay.
The way
So-
the way Karok is talking about it kind of makes him a little curious.
Anybody else?
You know
Anything?
what? I'm gonna tag along just for fun of it.
Okay. Karok, Dagger. Oh wait, no. Technically, Karok, you're the and Brit, yeah. What are you both gonna do?
I might go back to the guild.
Okay.
Start getting
When-
whatever information I can about the route.
Where
We're
should
about-
we meet up?
At the guild. Hopefully by the
Honestly,
time
came-
hopefully by the time you all get back, we have a list of things we can do. Maybe an odd job before setting out.
Sounds reasonable.
Karok has had enough adventuring for one day, so he'll just kind of stick with Brit if he's okay with that.
I mean, we're going the same spot. Well,
Okay. So, as give me a second. So, I have quite an interesting dilemma now. So, those who are going for the sword, one of you roll me a d10. Nathan and Sergio, one of you roll me a d10. And Karok.
D10 for the sword?
And Karok with Brit also roll me d10. Karok, your new human companion, the lovely Elena is gonna join you, and Arthur is gonna be with you. So technically, there's 4 of you. So yeah.
Nathan,
Sergal,
do you
you
want
wanna-
me to roll?
Yes.
All right.
That one or that 10? That's a rule.
Speaking of,
Mm-mm-mm.
ah,
Good enough. Bad enough.
Oh no.
why
I
did I
still
have
leave
to
it.
abide
It's
by
dead.
the rules? Why did you have to say the rules?
Yeah.
Okay,
oh no,
let's
Clash of Clans moment.
Clash of Clans moment. Okay, and then the sword crew, one of you.
Dagger's laugh. Hee 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 ha.
Oh yeah. Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyway, also Chadwick, Farron, and Dagger. One of you roll me a d10 as well. One of you decide.
Oh,
Yes.
I
Oh wait, you
already-
rolled 10. You rolled 10. I'm sorry. Fuck.
yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell the other 2 journeys, group journeys later, because they're the longer distances. But the closest is one of Sergal and Nathan going to the Church of Lathander, which, asking around for it, as the character just kind of gives a idle motion towards yonder. With a few people asking around. One of the biggest churches in Olash is not exactly hard to miss. As you all, about hour and a half later, stumble upon its great, magnificent doors now fully open, and crowds of maybe 200 to 300 people are gathering around as everybody seems to going what seems to be a mass or a gathering of sorts. So give me a second. So what would you like to do? Nafan and Sergel.
Are we disturbing something?
No, a massive amount of people are gathering, and everybody seems to be like, maybe the religious types. People are passing by the street, but some are going into the church, and you can see from the open doors that it's packed. People are praying, kneeling. Doesn't seem to be any like interruptions or anything. Nothing bad seems to be happening.
Sure you want to get in there? Talking to Sergel.
Karok seemed unnerved by something. Did you catch that?
A bit.
He was stuttering a little more than usual.
Kinda, yeah.
As someone devoted to Lathander, I feel kind of obligated to see what founded his nerves.
Just say so.
We'll just go inside. If we see anything strange off the bat,
Roll me a perception check, both of you. As you enter in. And you see people are like all kinds of folk. Merchants, workers, beggars, and noblemen from all different walks of life seem to be gathering for a mass of sorts.
First good roll this year.
Give me a second.
would I know of like the this mass ritual that they're doing? Is this like a Lathander specific thing?
You can roll me a religion check for that. If you want. But Nathan, you quickly realize... let's go for Sergel first. Sergel, massive gatherings for Lathander there's several holidays, mainly winter and summer solstices, where people gather, but they usually are citywide, not, a single church gathering, and usually it's just festivities. This massive gathering could just be a side of just large amount of devotees to Lathander in their area, who are just here to pray to the god they worship. Nathan, you realize that it's something else almost immediately, as there's few pieces of parchment plastered on the walls as people going by, and there's like quite a few standing by the door, so it's kind of hard to miss. But looking at these parchments, written in common, Dwarven and Elvish, is exact same copies of the same text, except for different languages. It's a sermon of peace, a sermon of praise, a service for guidance and, I guess, protection for the things to come. As this sermon, no. As this sermon is dedicated to the fallen people of the city of Tanis.
I mean, we might as well go in. We're one of them.
I now kind of want to see this thing happening. Like, once I get my hands on one of those pieces, I'd show it to Sergel. I think this is a bit more than just a religious service, or at least a normal one.
It's a funeral? It's my first thought when I look at it. Should we go inside, see what's...
I think it would be interesting to see. Could also be quite disheartening. But my curiosity is stronger in this moment, so
As is mine.
if you wouldn't
You want me
mind.
to lead the way?
Are you... So to
you're
put in
the leader.
the perspective, it's about 150 feet of church, like from where you are to the very end. A big gathering of group everywhere, and of course, it's not exactly just easy going. Or would you try to go closer to the front?
Circle would.
Staying in the middle, but trying to stay close to Sergo, realizing that he's going further to the front. Guess I'm following behind.
Roll me 4d20s, both of you.
Not
Oh
bad, right?
god.
As all of a sudden, the crowds that are hushing in prayer and idly talking between each other, mainly focusing on what you assume is the altar at the end, even though the seas of heads cannot reveal it. All of a sudden, you hear footsteps echo at the altar, and everybody freeze, look at the sound of it, and kind of start praying in silence. Sergal, as soon as the footsteps began to echo and the tones hushed, eventually the footsteps echo for the entire chapel, completely devoiding the outsides of the streets in its sounds. Something drags you closer towards the footsteps, some purpose. And going through the crowds of people seems to be a lot easier, as if they're letting you make way.
Are they actually letting me
No.
make way? Are they aware of this?
No, they're more like you. If you try to get closer, you just find a nook there, two people a bit apart there. It's quite easy for you to navigate closer and closer.
So it's not like a red carpet. It's just rolled out for me.
No, it's not. As all of a
Am I
sudden,
having that same experience?
somewhat. Maybe because everybody's kind of focused on praying and the sound of footsteps, as there's some sort of authority now. Everybody's kind of frozen, and you kind of just can get scoot past. Takes you a good another 20 so seconds going through the crowds as the steps continue. For both of you, closer and closer as you're getting closer to the end of the church. And then all of a sudden, it stops. Okay. All of a sudden, you hear a singular calm voice echo through the entire chapel. Lathander D, save us. And everybody says immediately, Lathander D, save us. What would you say? Do you guys stay silent or repeat?
I don't repeat.
I
But
don't
I'm
understand it.
giving a rough movement, but repeating the same thing with Saloon instead, but silently.
Are you saying like Lathander? Are they saying Lathander? I can't. I couldn't interpret what they were saying.
Damn it, huh?
B, save us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I will repeat it.
The Dawnbreaker, the Guardian of Light. Everybody else repeats it.
At this moment,
Sergo
I
repeats it.
switch to watching silently.
Would you, Circle, still come closer?
How far towards the front am I?
30-something feet.
Are there more pews in front of me?
Yeah, but mostly people are standing. The pews seems to be full of standing people. Like literally from small children, maybe 2 to 3 years old, to elderly men and women, maybe 90 to fuck knows how old. A lot.
90 to 1500. You never
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Welcome to a world that can easily have magic and people like 600 years old. Okay.
Yeah, he'll keep moving forward. He'll start to slow down though as he comes closer to the front. Kind of looking for a seat now.
May eternal light guide us all in these troubled times. Everybody repeats it. Circle, you.
Is this a prayer that I recognize?
Roll me a religion check. Do you have no
Nope.
fucking clue?
Sergal will slowly repeat it, like thinking out every word before he says it.
Okay.
Looking for hypocrisy or false teaching.
As all of a sudden, you see 2 glaring flames flicker where you assume the altar is. Like a sudden plume. And from a plume manifests additional 4 plumes to the side, and all of a sudden, an individual takes flight. The one that is in the image can be seen. A individual, fully garbed in pale white clothing embroidered in gold, having a massive half halo on its back and these flaming wings to accompany it as well, wielding what seems to be a simple metallic golden staff with some fixture of light attached to the very end.
Divine sense.
That motherfucker is glaring celestial.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
I'd go with the same, so I'd assume I'd see the same. Since we're currently separated.
Mm-hmm.
Well, would I still be able to see Circle from like?
No, but you can see the but you can see the individual. As all of a sudden, everybody eyes the individual. Everybody is not terrified, but amazed, perplexed. Hushed whispers everywhere, commotion, raveling. Nathan and Sergel, you realize that this has never happened before. Nobody really knows what is happening, and people are questioning, is this like an angel in front of them? As the man, maybe 40 feet from the ground, speaks up. Brothers and sisters, devotees to the Dawn Father, I am Archangel Anuzel. I am here as a direct notion from my father to guide you all in these troubling times ahead. everybody, even though they're trying to be respectful, everybody's questioning this motif. From, is it really an angel, to, is it a demon? Does the people, like, do the council of Allash know this? Is this a trick of the Platinum Seas? All kinds of theories start to
It's aliens.
Yeah, as
That one guy in the crowd. I knew they were real.
yeah, as the man, the angel, or the archangel that overlooks everyone, kind of glares intently, and then kind of continues his speech. As you all know, something horrific happened to the north of here, in the dwelling of Tanis. A great evil has been spurred upon this world, much greater than you can ever imagine. But do not fear, for all children of Lathander, all believers in the light, shall persevere, be saved, and overcome this troubling task ahead of you. At this point, Sergo, if you're still wandering closer, you would be basically
Sergo
at the
would probably come to the front pew and stop there.
Yeah, the front pew you see is basically similarly clothed individuals, but they don't have any auras, they don't have any, like, they have, like, you know, wide garbs with embroiderments of gold, but everything on Azunel is just a lot more bright, a lot more contrast, like a lot more highlighted, if you will.
He's got his shaders turned up to 11.
You could say so.
Does anyone else in like the church's staff look surprised by this? Is this something that seemed like it just happened, or
everyone, like, you see the elderly of the church, like the ones who are, I guess, part of the church officially, are on their knees and praying quite loudly for you to hear. While the younger ones, seemingly still kneeling, looking up at him, everybody has the same look of, how do I say this?
Disbelief?
Acceptance, understanding.
does he seem to be talking to anyone in particular, or is
No,
he
he seems to be looking
addressing the
around the
crowd?
crowd, yeah. Addressing the crowd, speaking.
Sergal would try to, like, he doesn't want to be in like the first row of people, but more like the second row, just standing and watching.
I'm more like 5th to 7th row.
The angel looks at all of you, like the crowd entirely, then starts to just flutter a bit higher and kind of flies towards the crowd, eyeing for something. And then its eyes lock to you, Sergal. And it kind of just stares you down. Then he kind of flies back to his original place and continues. Your city.
What kind of stare? Just like a curious stare, or was there
Roll
an
me
emotion attached to this
roll me an insight check.
All right.
It was a stare of morbid curiosity for a brief moment. But
Interesting.
as he returns to his original place, as the angel continues his speech, do not worry. The city is safe and will be safe. I am here to remind you all that the gods shall not abandon you in this conflict of demons and then death. I shall come again when the clock strikes closer to dusk. And then all of a sudden, he kind of levitates for a brief moment and then just loses all of his shine, wings, and a halo and just free falls to the ground. A few seconds after, you hear just a sudden thud on the ground as the body just hits the deck. As all of a sudden, everybody run in the first row. All the clergy of the church run towards him, trying to make him wake up. But you realize that this is like a man, a human male in his 50s or something, that he's just dead. As soon as the light, yeah.
Huh. Sergal turns back and he catches Nathan's eye and motions towards outside.
Nodding and just turns around and gets out.
Sergal follows.
Here's the thing. Passive perception for Sergal, because you were so close. You hear subtle cursing and cries of anguish from few of the people by the body. As the rest all of a sudden stand up and say, the church is closed. And for people to exit the premises immediately, as most of them not really knowing what just happened. As all of you exit in a matter of a minute or so. And, yeah. You exit out with the rest of the massive band of people. And literally, as soon as the last person of not of the clergy comes out of the church doors slams shut, and what you assume are massive pillars of wood are being placed to bar the door out. So, Nathan.
Sergal brings Nathan over to like a kind of more secluded section of the plaza that I believe was right outside the
there's like
temple.
this nice yeah, I'm gonna find a better music, but yeah, there's this nice little open street, a plaza, a few fountains, small little park, nothing too significant.
He brings Nathan to a secluded corner and says that angel said a lot about nothing, and a man paid a price for it.
That was some sort of possession.
It was, and it didn't leave the man alive.
I really don't like this. It just leaves a sour
There was nothing wrong about the entire thing until that. What angel would kill a man just to tell people that the gods are there? That's like... burning a forest, only to tell the trees that they're still alive. It just... Something's off. I don't know what Karok saw. I'm probably going to ask him.
Yeah, there's something going on with this church. I mean, it's a situation in general. Of course, something has to be done about Tannis, especially in other cities nearby. But doing it like this just doesn't feel right.
Again, there wasn't anything technically wrong with what he said. The whole thing was just off. We should head back to the guild.
Let's see whether we can find Karok somewhere.
Probably praying with that girl.
Speaking of Karok and Brett, perception checks for both of you, but with advantage, because you got Arthur and Elena with you, accompanying you, and Elena's dog that she got last session that I forgot completely. Not anymore.
Perception?
Perception with advantage for both of you. Because you rolled a 1 in the D10. Yeah, I see that. Come on, Brett. Oh, Brett, Karok, making through the city of Olash towards the guild. It's a bit, several hours, about 2.5 or so, but somewhere on the south, 2 hours in, already walked several times this path. Simple street, simple road. All of a sudden you have this glare, this chill at the back of your spine, as if somebody watching you. Looking around, Karok, the crowd is full of people. It's the middle of the day. The seas of heads everywhere, looking everywhere, doing anything. Can't really track that. Brit, having the same familiar feeling. You see, on the second floor, on the balcony, what seems to be a coal mine worker, at least seeing how much what seems to be coal, dust, or even tar on its face. Leaning by the rails, seemingly just having a breather from whatever he had to do inside. He seems to be just glaring at you. But the glare, you kind of realize that he knows a lot about you. All of you. He eyes you all with hatred. The man looks like a Goliath, but you can't really tell. About 7 feet tall.
I bump Arthur's shoulder and subtly say, "Man watching this, does he look familiar? Have you pissed him off?" He's subtle about it.
Yeah, Arthur just kind of looks at him. And you see, the Goliath is not like trying to be subtle or anything, but he seems to just have this fury upon him, just kind of glaring at all of you. You don't know if he's mad for a particular reason or anything at all. Oliver just kind of eyes him for a bit. Shrugs. Don't know. Don't think I've seen him before. As the man just kind of glares
An eye
for...
on him.
Hmm?
Should probably keep an eye on him.
Well, here's the thing. He looks at all of you, and you know, there's a lot of people. There's like 30, 40 people in a good 100 feet in all directions. It's a busy day. And he kind of stares for a good 10 more seconds, spits on the ground nearby, and just kind of opens the door and just closes it behind him.
Well, he doesn't seem to be a fan of anyone.
So what would you like to
may
do?
just not have had a nice day.
That's true.
So would you just continue down walking the street, or you try to investigate? What seems the building that he is in, it seems to be just a residential home. 3 stories tops, singular door in, windows closed with the shutters from inside. Relatively decent looking.
Image of us just armored paladins kicking in someone's door. You got a fucking problem, mate.
I love
Best
that.
thing to do.
With that accent.
I mean, how close are we to our destination?
About 20-30 minutes. Give or take.
Kara kind of shrugs, looks at Brit.
I shrug.
You gonna continue walking down?
I mean, he hasn't had any direct confrontation with us, so I see no reason to.
Kara gives a nod.
What you gonna do?
We're just gonna continue.
Carry on.
Just starting to keep our heads on a bit more of a swivel.
About half a minute from going down the road, all of a sudden you hear a sudden rumble beneath your feet. As all of a sudden you hear a massive explosion behind you. You see back at the street where you came from, the place where you saw the man, there is now a pillar of flame and bits of pieces of stone, wood, and metal bits flying everywhere like shrapnel. I would like you to roll me dexterity saving throw.
Save.
Man, we have the second coming of Christ and the 2 towers falling all in the same D&D session.
Oh my god. No.
Watch out, here comes the second pillar of flame.
Oh. Well, both of you duck in time, or I guess good enough that you don't get hit by any rubble. But all of a sudden, the entire street goes into panic and everybody fucking scatter as the immediate pillar of flame dies down, and there what seems to be the foundations, mainly stone walls, and a bit of the second floor. All
Kara kind
engulfed
of
in...
stares back at the burning building. Thank the gods we didn't go in there. His attitude was so bad the gods wanted to smite him. I kind of look over to Brit. Should we get out of here?
You look at Helena, Karok. She's fucking petrified. She's kind of glaring at the flame, while Arthur just looks in disbelief.
Kara again looks back at Brit. You doing alright there, buddy? I feel a rock might have hit you on the head. How many fingers?
Brad! Brad!
I don't think we need to linger. I'd rather not be.
Jesus Christ, where are you? I can't hear you.
I'm just further away.
Oh boy.
Just further away from the thing.
I am inclined to agree. Exploding buildings are not too good.
Yes. We're just... And with that, we're just gonna be on our way.
Yeah, with a bit of haste behind it.
Yeah.
Arthur just gives a comment. Was this directed at us?
I'm sure it's completely unrelated.
Yeah, you exit the premises like everybody else sane as, yeah.
I turned to Arthur and said, "Is this a common occurrence in this city?"
He looks a bit like out of fear and confusion. You're telling me in your city that's how it goes daily? Just random buildings go up in flames?
I mean, it depends on how insulting you've been to the gods.
Kara, grow me a persuasion check.
I asked Arthur if that's how things work in this city, if this happens a lot here.
I don't know. I've been here for like 3 weeks. Yeah, at least he's not convinced that you're literally being like, yeah, you're okay. Anyway, making with post haste apparently. As for the group of hasty paladins and you know,
We don't have haste yet.
I know, but you are a centaur and a rider, and of course a +1, so make do.
+1.
Yeah.
Dagger side character.
Christ.
So
The
making
10 was a 10.
yes, I remember. You
Sorry.
make your way pretty easily through the Emperor's Road and just down south. It's pretty easy to navigate. But here's the thing. As soon as you go towards the familiar downstream where you came out, you see the familiar kobold, the copper kobold on a giant crab fishing. If you remember that, right?
Yes.
I hope. What additionally you see is a familiar treant that you saw for a brief moment when you were in Sentis Order's headquarters a few days ago. Give me a second. Let me whip out the. There you go. Let me whip out the
Treebeard.
Treebeard. Goddamn, why is it? Where is it? There you go. As he seems to be talking with the kobold is mainly focusing on fishing. And this friend is like 8.5 foot tall, quite sturdy looking, almost has the satyr-esque horns, massive mace that you would assume is a warhammer for your for your size, and also a massive just shield. He seems to kind of be oblivious that you're kind of passing by, so it's up to you to decide if you want to interact.
I think we're passing
Baron,
that going up
Baron
now,
shows no
right?
intention of interacting with them. You guys are free to.
Yeah, I'm here for the sword.
We're here for the
Sure.
source of not interacting as well.
Takes you about 20 minutes or so, and you make it back to the cave, to the underground stream where you were before, and you can find the familiar box, the footlocker, and of course the blade pieces in it, still all as you left it.
If I remember, they had a lot of weight to them.
I mean, you grab
They did.
you grab one piece and it's fucking heavy.
Hey, Alexis, I think you might have answered this, but for a refresher, how heavy would you say the sword is as a collective?
About 300 pounds.
100 between all of us, meaning 200 for Chadwick.
We need you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So for like comfortability reasons, I like
150?
I start. I think Chadwick was fine with that. Let's.
Yeah.
We're just carrying it back. All right. All right. So with that said though, as we start collecting the pieces, I wrap them in some leather.
Mm-hmm. So as
and
you're
hand them off so
collecting,
just not as
now
uncomfortable.
question: there's also a photo and of course a letter. Are you gonna pick those up as well, or are you just gonna put them back in the locker?
Should we find out more about them? Farron?
And kind of glances over it. There's an indecision as Farron's curiosity battles with.
I remember we transcribed the text already.
Yeah, it was quite sad.
An apology and a burden.
I'd say, since we got a copy of it, let's leave the original here in case whoever's meant to have it comes along.
A good point.
Roll me a perception check.
Okie dokie.
Uh-oh.
Oh lord.
You all fail and die. Congratulations.
Okay.
Classic.
Classic, indeed.
Classic.
Classic D&D moment.
Perception, right?
Mm-hmm. Jesus.
Whoop. I think it was.
Classic D&D roll.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So
cap lock.
So, okay. I would cut the party now. No. So as you're like gathering the shards of the blade, and individual parts kind of heavy, but it's manageable for all of you. About as soon as you finish up with the final piece and who's gonna take it, Farron, you start to hear like what seems to be a tree trunk hitting wood from the way you came. And your first instinct is probably that tree and that you saw outside is now going inside. Which, if you want to tell anyone about anything, what you hear. Farron?
I forgot I was muted. Anyways. You can see Farron's head shift over, and he nods his head in the direction of the end for the others to see.
As you see the familiar treant, now 3 times appeared before you, as he kind of walks into this cavern, kind of eyes the whole cavern as a whole, before finally laying its green eyes towards all of you. It's club, or I guess, yeah, basically club, is in his hands while the shield is on his back. Eyes you all inquisitively for a few moments.
Hey, friendo.
Need something?
Do an investigation walk. With the order. Asking around. Following trail. As he kind of shifts the club to one hand, kind of points at all 3 of you. You've been to the fire, correct?
Farron just nods as he continues wrapping up some pieces.
He kind of puts the club on his shoulder and starts walking towards all of you, kind of eyeing the cavern. The city, as many other cities, has many caverns like this. I wonder what pathways they can be. He kind of takes a whiff of the air.
If you're intending to go into those tunnels, I recommend a careful eye.
Perhaps.
He kind of nods, looks at all of you. Takes another whiff, eyes a bit, and then proceeds to literally go the way that you all came out originally into this chamber the first time. As he kind of takes a few steps into the tunnel, he kind of turns back at all of you. Best of luck to you all.
To you as well. And be
Yeah,
careful.
careful of the traps. There's a lot.
He nods and then proceeds to just walk down the tunnel. And the distant thuds become more distant and eventually become nothing as you all wrap, and then this brilliant bronze blade, all of its parts, and share the load equally. AK Shadow gets 2/3 of it.
Communism.
And then in the far distance, you hear a massive explosion.
Kaboom!
Kaboom!
Anyway, acquiring the blade. Yeah, it's heavy. Anything you want to do now? The three of you?
All right. Question here, and this might just be common knowledge, but traditionally, do guilds allow for like paid storage?
Oh, I would say because you have a 10, right? You have a
Yeah.
yeah.
We got a few things.
Passive intelligence, I think, is for you. So.
Passive intelligence, yes.
Yeah. I would say it's pretty common knowledge that you can basically pay for storage if it's quite a lot, or guess if you know the people and the item is just very common, or just not cumbersome, just like if the item is very like common and all that, they might even let you put it in the guild for free. Really depends.
Passive element. All right, so I guess with that, we kind of head back with the thing and head to the guild.
Okay.
We'll do
So
anything else we have to do there?
Okay, so back almost from the top, as Karak and Brett takes additional 20 minutes as you can hear the bells ringing from the explosion where you were. Eventually made it to the guild. The guild halls are basically empty except for what seems to be a gnome that is just asleep on a chair. Literally the first floor, that's all there is. Nathan and Sergo, on the other hand, you stumble upon a scene of about 40 or so guards kind of blocking off what seems to be like a fork of the street. You see a lot of dead bodies and body parts, a lot of blood on the street, and you see what seems to be a smoldering piece of a building.
Like, did we walk past this building before?
Yeah, you did. You
say I remember what it is. Like,
it was
kind of establishment.
No, it was just a basic residential house.
Okay,
Nothing.
yeah, residential.
Yeah.
May or may not have had a grumpy Goliath inside.
Well, you don't know that, but you know.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't. But the chances, but it's never zero.
Never
We also
zero.
know, but never zero.
The chances of that happening are low, but never zero.
So, yeah, if you try to approach,
Circle looks at Nate and just a strange coincidence.
I mean,
Or
the people just
it's-
returned home.
yes, but it seems today is a weird day.
I agree.
think we should report this to the rest of the group. Maybe come back.
Something's going on here, and
Interestingly,
I don't like the fact that I don't know what it is.
Yeah, interestingly enough, it takes you after Britt and Karok with 2 companions make it to the guild halls. It takes only like good 10 minutes or so, and Nathan, Sergel, you're also in the guild halls. Nothing has changed. Basically, first floor, same old gnomes sleeping on a chair, and I guess Karok and Britt on the first floor as well, if they're present there.
Have we ever seen this gnome awake?
No, he seems to be always asleep. You seen it yesterday, actually, as well. So.
I don't like the fact that we've never seen him awake.
He's actually just a mimic.
Like
If
a
you
corpse
poke him, you
mimic,
get
but
bit.
like a corpse mimic, but just like even
A
more
snooze
advanced.
mimic.
Oh no.
Stay away from
Not like violent, but more like a watchdog. I'm giving Araxis ideas, aren't I?
Anyway. I'd say once we actually get to meet up with the rest of the group, I just start telling the story.
Circle would
specifically
add.
for Karok. Specifically for Karok.
Yeah, Circle would add things that he noticed, like the man being dead afterwards, and how shocked and mournful the rest of the clergymen were.
We'd assume that he was someone well known or of high rank beforehand. And
Well known, or at least highly beloved.
if I may ask, Karok, what is it that disturbed you in the church? Was it something similar source? Doing of an archangel?
I kind of glance at Elena. Is she part of this conversation? Well, not really.
Elena?
Yeah.
I mean, she's listening to this. She looks at you like, yeah, like with that simple understanding of like, I told you they're fucking insane. Look.
Alright, as long as she's giving me the permission to okay. Kara kind of thinks for a moment. He says, I mean, it was a beautiful building, the ceremony, very, very
Kara?
impressive. But it was odd, the severity. I, of course, understand the strict diligence and responsibility that comes with being part of a temple, defending it even, especially in a rather explosive city like this. Kind of glances at Brit.
Dangerous
But
wedding.
they were intense. They did make it quite clear that I am not to return. There was also something about keeping children captive in the basement, but other than that, they were just very unwelcoming.
Exchanging a glance with Sergo, like, the fuck?
Just kind of stares out
Yes,
the window,
I
stroking
think
his
I
chin.
would. I think I would call that fairly unwelcoming, and definitely not. How should I say this? Fitting for a Church of Lathander.
I know.
Wait, you said explosive? Me and Nathan saw a building that was
in the process
Exploded
of burning
just as
down?
we passed by.
Yeah, we did see it. And he proceeds to, like, dust his shoulder, and ash falls on.
It does. It seems like an odd coincidence, doesn't it?
Really so.
The day an angel shows up at a church.
Maybe his landing was rough?
He killed a man on his landing.
I mean, that checks out with our story. But maybe that was just a coincidence. Kara kind of thinks for a minute. It is slightly confusing, but I'm sure the gods have a meaning behind it.
If you
There
say
must.
so.
There's always meaning, but not all meaning comes from the gods.
Eh?
You just managed to confuse Karok.
Damn.
What I
Also,
mean is, this might not have come from the gods.
An angel smiting someone to death didn't come from the gods.
He didn't smite him to death. He took
I don't
over his
know.
body
I'm
and
kind
in
of
leaving,
assuming,
it
yeah.
killed him. Is that something that a god of light and protection would do?
Kara
Would
kind of
condone?
thinks hard. He killed him. Like, I mean, and it wasn't a smite. Are we sure this was an angel?
It was divine in nature.
Also, Arthur would just scoot in and just say, you know, from where I am, this shit doesn't really happen at all. This is kind of interesting in its own gallow humor way.
I mean,
Something is wrong
Most of-
at that church.
most of us were raised in a more religious background than most, but even at a place of worship of religious strength, I've never seen something like this happening.
Also, around this time, Farron, Chadwick, Dagger, you return triumphantly with your blade to the guild halls, where you see a familiar side of your comrade and one gnome fast asleep in a chair.
That gnome is the BBEG.
Prepare
Yo,
yourself.
Hey
for
guys,
this
what's up? The mood here seems heavier than this fucking sword. Yeah? Yeah? Fine.
Apparently, there's been some developments on our way here.
Eh. Oh,
Some.
my legs are
assume-
developing. That's what's happening. Puts down the
I
sword.
assume you saw the burning building.
What?
No, they did. Yeah, I mean,
Burning building? What are you going on about?
Apparently, as me and Karok and the others were passing by, it exploded behind us.
More red shells?
Can't say. We didn't investigate. It just exploded after we saw a man in the balcony.
What's even stranger, about the same time, me and Nathan were at the Church of Lathander, and some divine entity appeared, took over a man's body, spoke lofty ideas of the gods are protecting this city, and left,
Gods of protecting
leaving the
this
man dead.
Nathan.
city. There are gods that just protect this city in particular.
It was a Church of Lathander. He doesn't. Does
Question, can I
Lathander
make a
have
re-
like a sainthood city?
Yeah, but can we
Like-
make a religion check on this? Like,
what
can we, like,
specific?
Like what god would
is-
possibly do this situation?
Is Lathander I'm looking more for is Lathander like does Lathander have a patron city? Kind of like how like some cities have a patron
yeah.
saint.
Roll me up religion. Let's see. So, oh god, music has stopped. Oh boy. You know,
I have
let's-
no idea.
Give me a second. No idea. That's fine. Let's see.
Alright. I have an idea.
Oh yeah, it's somewhere around this time. It's like 6-ish p.m. You know, it's getting a bit later. Give me a second. I'm just gonna find some music. Um there you go. There you go. There you go. Ooh, religion. Okay. I'm way out of my element now. God damn it.
It's been too long.
Yeah, it's
For
been too
once.
long. I'm literally losing my groove. God damn. Come on, let's go. So, my groove, yes. So, Theron with an 18. You're trying to figure out, is this common, normal, or what's the...
Yeah. Like, what's the religious principle for this type of thing happening?
Usually, from the information you gather, usually, if you gotta put this up, you think the individual that died was possessed, but he was possessed by such a powerful creature, it probably consumed its soul in the process.
He just ate his soul.
Ah, yes, a classic thing for a deity of light and
Hey.
protection to condone.
I don't know how Thunder runs things on a traditional basis, but a possession of that caliber likely took a soul to, well, the afterlife. Seems kind of out of characteristic if you ask me, but who knows?
Can I confirm that? Is that uncharacteristic for Lathander?
Well, here's the thing. You don't even need to roll. Yes, it is, but also all the circumstance you've been through in the past, you know, since Tannis just got obliterated overnight. All of it is kind of uncharacteristic of how things should go. Something is awry. That's for certain. Also, Nathan, Karok, Dagger.
Yes, I'm back now.
You look around and you feel this presence. And you look at the gnome that is just fast asleep. And in his lap, there is... Give me a second, where is it?
A
Cat is
page.
back.
What?
It's another one of the pages, Brit.
The cat. Indeed, it is the cat. But I cannot find the cat image. God damn, where's the cat image?
Sad.
I have the cat image. I have the cat image.
Baron, text
Right
me
here.
what the fuck happened while I was gone.
Not much. We just got
Where
back
is it?
and there's an
Okay,
gnome
good.
Oh,
and
shut
an
up.
exploding building.
Yeah, so the same familiar cat with emerald green eyes, not sleeping, but just kind of glaring at all of you as the gnome is fast asleep. What is everybody doing?
Karen waves to the cat as he kind of like starts putting the pieces down.
Have I actually seen the cat yet? Like, has Chadwick seen the cat?
You've seen the cat. You were up with me during the night
Everybody's-
shift.
Yeah, everybody.
No, not.
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone's seen the cat talking though.
No,
Does
not
the cat
talking.
Not
smell
everyone
of
has talked to the
explosives?
cat, no.
We've all seen the cat. Talk to the cat is a.
Yeah, where's my cat image? Fuck me. I'm missing my
Where's
cat.
the pussy pic?
Raj is
Cringe.
completely out of his element.
no.
Yes, completely.
The rust has activated.
Shut up.
Not the fun type.
It's fine. It's fine. But the cat is still there, chilling. Well, I found a cat. Let's go.
Yes, let's go. I feel
He
complete.
found the cat.
Give me a second. Oh, I just realized I shouldn't really. Yeah, I'm gonna put in the VC. But yeah, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? The cat is on Gnome's lap. It's the familiar cat, Karok. You know this cat. This
So,
fucking
in
cat.
How
Celestial.
guilty does the cat look?
How cute
The
is this
cat.
Does it
The
does
cat-
it smell of
No.
nitroglycerin?
No, the
One hell
cat.
of a loaded sentence.
The cat looks uninterested. Oh, it's interested in you, but kind of just bored looking.
Bored as in like I'm bored. I'm gonna go start a fire.
No, like this.
No, might commit arson, feeling cute.
Nah, like feeling cute. Might go to sleep on this man. Maybe feast on him.
In Celestial then, like, you know, kind of sitting down now, rearranging the pieces of the sword on the ground. So, what brings you here today?
Still watching. Still the same lot. You could die quicker. There would be less to watch. Some of you are interesting, but some of you are incredibly dull and passive.
Oh, I am quite interesting, aren't I?
He kind of looks at you.
The glory paladin speak.
Looks at you, Farron, for a good 10 seconds, and then looks at Karok.
Can I help you?
Is that in common?
For someone so eager and ambitious, for literal fire in its veins, you're very idle.
I am sorry. The one place I wanted to go told me to never come back under pain of death.
Wait, what?
Or something. I don't know.
Long
but
story.
That's in Celestial, by the way. So unless you know Celestial, did you?
I do, yes.
I'll break myself.
I kind of just stare at the cat.
The cat
in
literally.
silence for several moments.
The cat is just literally playing in the gnome's lap. The gnome is just fucking knocked out. He doesn't react to this at all.
I move closer.
The cat chills.
I bend down.
Okay, the cat is kind of glaring at you now.
Was it you?
Yes, the question.
Did you do it? Why did you do it?
Do what?
Did you call in the tactical angel strike?
Tactical angel incoming!
The what?
Tactical saint incoming.
Can I
Probably
roll
just
to intimidate?
Intimidate the cat.
manifesting.
Auto fail.
You cannot intimidate a cat.
What's your
That's
what's your modifier? That's my question.
My modifier, +6.
Roll.
If you get a nat 20,
He has.
there's a
If he
chance.
gets a nat 20,
Please.
No, I'm not gonna.
DC is 20.
Close enough.
Close.
Close.
24.
Pretty darn close.
The cat
I'm thinking
seems.
25.
Everyone else
The-
who just can't see the cat,
the
are
cat-
angrily staring at this guy's.
The
corpse.
cat.
No, we can all see.
Yeah,
the
you
cat.
can all see it. You can all see it. But the cat looks at you, kind of pensive for a second, almost like you see in its eyes something's about to break, something about to snap, and then it just kind of blinks, and the familiar gaze stares back at you. You are the one who looked upon falling rain and took it as a sign of gods. Do you think I fear you?
Kind of processes that in his brain for a few moments.
Loading bar.
Wait, is that an
I don't know.
insult?
Do you?
Obviously not, Karok.
Kind of just goes, oh. Looks back the cat.
Would have been funny.
Pat it on back. You try.
Kind of crosses his arms. I look for signs from the gods, not signs of urban dissidents. This place assures me that bombings and explosions and angels coming to murder people aren't normal, but then again, you're the first talking cat who is obviously spying on us for some reason or another.
I am
I'm
not
really sure what's going on
spying
here.
on you. I am keeping watch on you because a pact has been made.
So, at that moment he pipes up. Was that pact with, Tarumak?
The cat rolls its eyes. Yes. In a way, yes.
You mind explaining a few things about him? I know it ain't quite your mood or style to, but...
I have not met that man in my life. And if I recall correctly, some of you have been under him for more than a decade. You should know more about him than I. The pact was made between him and my mother.
Pact, but odd.
I
don't
wanna
suppose
I
you would
wanna
know
say
where
something.
he is.
I want
at
to
this
say a joke so
moment.
bad.
Do you have any clue? As all of a sudden, for the first time, the cat actually jumps down from the gnome slab, but doesn't reach the ground, just kind of vanishes in the thick of smoke. And then manifests on your left shoulder, Britt,
Oh my god.
as a kind of purse. Do you know how many entities, how many individuals, people, personalities, entities, contraptions, abominations of all kinds wish to meet the man that you call Tarumak?
Imagine quite a bit at this moment in time, given the circumstances that have happened.
The man is a walking legend, and he tutored all of you, but you seem so incompetent. Kind of sad, really.
As we have been making a few decisions that are not exactly the best as of late.
Araxis, could I make a
talk.
roll? Could
What
I
roll?
make
We
a
have-
roll
To be fair, we did
be
just
reminded
wake up from death.
to be
Second.
like I want to make a roll to remember all the locations I have actually known that Tarumak has been to, or
Roll me a
somewhat-
history
something
check.
something of intentions that he usually had. Okay, so
Hey,
history,
Dagger,
right?
just for context here, can you speak Celestial?
No, I can only speak common and giant.
Alright, do remember that the conversation going on right now is in Celestial. It'd be
Okay.
rather hard.
Yeah, the cat seems to only be able to do Celestial at this point.
Only wants to, I suppose. I doubt only can.
Calls us stupid, can only speak celestial.
It was
We're
history,
getting
right?
Amazing.
talked down to
History, yeah.
fucking cat.
What's new?
No,
You fucking have no fucking clue. To the point you don't remember where he picked you up from.
That would have been a nat one.
Yeah, anyway.
With that, with that remark, Brett made. Hey, don't go bashing on this.
I'm
the current
not bashing
circumstances.
you. I'm just saying the obvious.
We're still trying to get over the
He's fucking like
fact
an angry tapping on his arm.
we have been through a lot in the past week. I
Oh,
suppose we do need to start getting our priorities straight.
oh. My poor little Brit. The eldest, or I guess the youngest. As it kind of plays on your shoulder a bit, just kind of taps it. If you think this is bad, it will get a lot worse.
The music
Oh.
ramping up.
I'm not one for spoilers for stories or anything. I quite like to hear the order, but you got some insight you'd like to lay on us.
Nothing that my mother would allow. I'm here supervising you.
Supervising? That's a particular word.
Keeping an eye, supervising.
I'm gonna squint for a moment. You say supervising or observing. Are you doing it for someone? Are you transmitting information, or are you just?
Yes, I'm very glad to inform my mother that one of you have perished. 7 more to go, and I'm free to do as I wish.
Ah, I see now. So your mother made a pact with Tarumak.
You see,
your mother.
You see, as soon as you say the first part that her mom made pact with Tarumak, all of a sudden she kind of the tail kind of straightens out, and all of a sudden, Brett, you just hear a sudden subtle hiss. It is he who made a pact with her.
Oh, right. Alright. So he made a pact with your mother. And your mother tasked you to keep a watch over us. To keep you up to date on what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as we're all dead, you get to go free.
Indeed. Or where the contract is over.
And the contract ends when?
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage, because I imagine.
What are the Order's policies on non-godly pacts? You don't know her mother isn't a god. $20.
Ooh. Just hit.
Let's go.
Just hit. All of a sudden, Brett, from your shoulders, the cat leaps off. Before reaching your ankles, it vanishes and then reappears on Farron's back. Farron, you realize that you're kind of on this angle that any normal cat would just get its nails out and try to carve, the skin into you.
I know the feeling. I have cats.
Yeah. But this cat, even at this odd angle, still has its paws normally. It seems doesn't really care for gravity as much as our usual cat would. As it just kind of just steps a few times and says, "You have 21 days still? 21 days at dusk, the contract shall be done, and I shall be free. I honestly thought you would be an interesting lot. But you're so dull, boring, apathetic, self-petty.
Why 21 days? If you don't mind me asking.
Because that's how much your pathetical master was able to bargain with my mother.
How many lives do you have?
Oh.
Dagger, was that supposed to be an intimidation check?
No, he's genuinely asking.
Roll me persuasion.
I think this is a are you a cat moment. Are you an actual cat? I think that's what he's asking.
You're just assuming it is.
Wait. Which one of you asked? Who are you a cat? Like how many? Yeah. Okay, roll me a persuasion check.
What are they saying?
No.
Sergal would lean over to Dagger and say, I have no idea.
Oh, you know Celestial Circle?
No, I just said I have no idea what you're saying.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is probably like
the cat.
talk to the cat again.
The cat
Oh,
glares
okay.
at you, Karok. Just stares at you, and there was maybe some playfulness before. Now it just kind of is rude at you.
There's a kind of a pause, and then he kind of opens his eyes slightly and goes, "Too personal."
Theron, the cat's eyes, the cat just kind of climbs up on your back, on your shoulder, looks at you, just kind of intently glaring, then looks at Karok, then looks back at you, Theron. Was he dropped on the head when he was a kid?
We're not sure.
Uncertain, but it can swing a weapon well enough.
It.
Not intentional word pick.
Theron
That was
slowly just coming to see everyone as a tool.
Objectification, much?
You speaker
Villain
man.
arch
You murder
established.
man.
As a hammer, you think everything's a nail.
But with that, he kind of looks. So is it safe to say, after the 21 days are up, the mission's failed? Or is the contract and the mission two separate things?
I have failed nothing. I am observing you and keeping tab with the people who need to know.
Oh, I meant we failed, but misunderstanding.
Your death or time running out is success on my part. And then we shall never meet again. Honestly, I thought you would be a bit more interesting.
What did you think we would be like?
He kind of eyes for all of you. A half-orc with a divine purpose, and God is everywhere but nowhere. A half blood staring at you, Sergal. Then looks at you, Chadwick. A lost horse in a different place in a different time.
I'll reach out and pat its head. I know you're trying to talk, but I can't understand a word you're saying, buddy.
It looks at you, Theron. A dim-witted child that forget that they had a family and a past. Looks back at Britt. The glare at Britt goes for like a good 10 seconds before it just coughs. Looks back at Nathan. And you... You might be still interesting. I don't know. Looks at Dagger. You're the opposite. You have nothing interesting about you at all.
It's looking.
You're a cat.
What's going on?
The confusion.
I get the vague
Why is it
sense
looking
that
at
it's... I think it's judging you.
You think
It feels that way.
That might just be...
This is just the most
That
cat
might just
cat
be
I've ever
all
seen.
cats. Yeah.
But I think a cat was the perfect choice for a body for this creature. With that said, you kind of look.
I mean, you may judge me for my choices and how I handled the situation with my family. But the past is the past, and the future is where my eyes are at. If you think that all that values a man is history, that's kind of short-sighted of you.
I
That's
look...
the one trying to make history.
Literally.
The cat looks at you, Theron, almost with a witty remark. You say that, but you were too much for a future for someone that no one will remember.
Oh, we'll see about that.
He kind of takes it as a playful nudge, whether intended to or not.
Ay.
Wait, will it become strong? Oh no.
Oh no, what is this? What I'm seeing? Wow.
Oh,
As much as this has been an insightful conversation, we do need to be focusing on getting prepared for what's next.
Roll me an insight check, Britt.
I love suffering.
See, you got
I
back.
love cats. They're such little jerks. This one's
I'm saying
literally
Araxis's cat character is
just a
dead
cat.
on.
It just kind of
He
looks at
happens-
you. It just
he
kind of.
happens. He just so happens to know Celestial, so he thinks he's hot stuff.
Listen, he knows a cat, okay? He has cat.
He knows how a cat should act.
He looks at you, eyes you for a bit, and what seems to be a smile, Britt, before it just kind of takes a few steps and just vanishes into smoke, leaving all of you alone in the guild halls.
I wish that cat would leave us alone. Can't it just disappear or something?
Trust me, I believe it wants to if it could.
Did?
It just did.
Hey,
Anyways,
Araxis, now
No,
that I've
fair,
laid
but I
down-
meant permanently.
Give it
in
21
about,
days.
say, in 21 days, his contract is up, and he'll apparently want to leave us. I'm not saying he has given us few insights. Apparently, we're boring to him.
He's a cat. That's expected.
Wait, what'd you say before that? To the. Sorry.
Yeah, actually, Araxis, I have a question though. Like, I've been laying down the sword a bit, like looking at it. Can this thing be repaired?
Can this sword run Doom?
Well, here's the thing. It's a pristinely made bronze sword, and it's like very heavy. And you realize in the cracks, when you put them closely together, you see that there are runes. And when you put like the shards close enough, there's like this small spark of what seems to be electricity that crackles through them.
Ooh.
It doesn't stick together or hold itself together. And as you pull them apart, the occasional zzz, it just kind of stops.
Kind of like a weak magnet.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, Farron. Do you,
Yeah.
do you recall that that trailer of Thor, Love and Thunder? You know where where Mjolnir just like
Yeah, okay. So that brings up a different question here. Can I attune to this weapon?
What do you mean? What's the question? You can try.
Two to the hilt.
All right, yeah, sure.
Hey,
yeah, kind of. Brit
about me?
manage, like, I look over at Brit.
So, given the sword's state, it might actually mean to be like this. Though, I can't be certain of anything. I could try to attune to the piece. It would suck if it was cursed, but I'm kind of curious now.
Okay, so
Yeah, no,
he's
I'd
yeah,
rather
you guys
not
can all hear
use
that.
anyone else to
so
something.
so he's
Baron looked very intent on trying this.
so you're gonna try for an hour
giving you
to
a
just
certain. I'm gonna give you a stern no.
I'm
Hey,
so
buddy.
sorry, Farron,
yeah.
but like, you're already going into guns. You can't have guns and swords.
gun sense.
I'm the
If
smith. This is
anything,
my
I think I should attune to it. I think I'm the only one that can actually carry it.
Kind of thinks to himself.
I'd rather get it identified to make sure there's no curse.
All right, hey, I suggest this great plan.
He got some
The last-
satisfied with them.
The last
wait
the
a
last
second.
person
Wait
to
a
not
second.
think out things is now dead.
Brit, Just a second. Does anybody recall what I saw when I used what was it? Detect magic? Did anybody write
Yeah,
that
you used detect
down?
magic, yeah, and it had different elements to it, I believe, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly.
Mhm.
It was
I
conjuration.
believe conjuration was one of them.
Yeah, I think.
Nobody
so.
wrote
Actually, yeah,
that.
that's
Nobody
basic
wrote-
history. Raxus, what magics were the sort of?
Conjuration, evocation, and enchantment.
Thank you.
Yes, and I believe your character should remember this, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it
this was
literally
like a
happened.
day ago.
Yeah, literally.
Just making sure. Okay.
I didn't
Now-
sense. Dagger, you detected magic on it. Anything funky on it besides for the magics?
Not that I could see. It looked like normal magic. But then again, so did the small speckles that held that tree's forest guardian.
Well, magic ain't
So-
good or bad. It's just magic. However, you could kind of see he looks at Chadwick, he looks at Britt, knowing and relenting that they're right, and he just really wanted to wield the sword.
With your momentum, that is not a good idea.
Brit.
So
Farron.
he kind of Farron stops his train of thought.
I would like to ask. I think my mind was wandering, but that cat. Remind me what it was talking about. If you were.
Oh,
actually
and you
thinking-
and you'll see a small pamphlet. I jotted down some shorthand for it. I hope it's legible.
Shorthand. You're a bitch, you're a bitch, you're a bitch, you're a bitch. You're kinda cool, you're a bitch.
Oh, so it had ties with Tarumak as I read through it.
Well, yeah, see, like, irritating enough, he seems rather disconnected with what Dagger said. Alright. Fine. I take this to the, identification someone. I'm sure the guild master knows someone.
Great.
We get it identified, make sure it's not gonna kill anyone. And then we get Chadwick, and Chadwick hits a tree with it or something. Farron seems intent on the idea of seeing this weapon wielded.
Didn't you already hit trees? Speaking of, how did that go?
Oh yes,
We
well,
haven't got a chance to stop.
I find it funny that most of you were reluctant of taking the weapon along at first.
It was mostly a logistical problem because it was so heavy.
True enough.
And we were
But
not in the.
Have
was not
we?
right.
Have we actually tried recalling what we knew of Tarumak? Locations, intentions. I tried earlier, but I seem to have holes in my memory.
my understanding, he's up north, maybe east a bit. But that's just vague understanding of the situation. We really don't have any proper leads.
Why would Tarumak get someone to supervise us if there wasn't something we were supposed to do before we met him? He told us to meet him. I'm not taking that as anything but a direct order, but
Perhaps, maybe Tarumak was meant to meet us. Think about it. He's nearly impossible to track down. If he was, he would be dead by now. But the cat is sent to observe us. So think about it. Why would the cat observe us, but not tell us where Tarumak is if we're meant to go to him? He made the pact. He would have set it up that way if so. So perhaps he just needs to know where we are.
That's what my thought was.
I believe we should at least try. The journey on finding him might give us clues, or at the very least, a feel for his intentions. Shouldn't we at
Agreed.
least take in the effort and go for the chance we have?
Also, I have a stupid question. Did we ever open that box?
Nope.
No.
which box?
And I believe I'm still the one holding on to it, aren't I? Or
Yeah.
did I get?
So Farron, like you see, like switch flipping Farron's head. You know, he did give us something, didn't he?
We never did look.
It's been chaotic, but I think maybe that would be incredibly stupid of us not to open that right now.
Not here.
Where would you suggest?
I mean, technically, at this very moment, the guild is empty except for the gnome.
Yeah, I think like this is a pretty good spot to do it right now.
We hold on.
Actually be a
We don't
trust
know
the
this
gnome to
gnome. We have no idea
The
who
big
or
bad
what
evil
this
gnome.
gnome is.
Somebody tried to.
I would
Fear
feel
the
much more at ease if we were the only ones awake or not in a closed room if we are going to open this.
There's like
Put a beer in his hand, dump him outside in a nearby alley.
Is there a cellar here?
So then, actually,
Okay, you know what? You
Actually, I have
know,
a question here.
because
Give
of
me
this, I want to see divine intervention. It's gonna work. All of a sudden, you just hear, oh! All of a sudden, you see the gnome wildly awake. He looks a bit lost for a second, looks around, and kind of gives a whistle to all of you. What day is it?
Friday.
Shit!
I
Shit!
kinda
Shit!
turn
Shit!
immediately into someone else. What day is it?
He immediately like panics. All of a sudden, his face glooms in fear. Oh shit! Shit! I'm missing my anniversary, and just bolts out of the door.
As soon as it's gone, there's like a pause.
May he
and
rest
saying
in
characters.
peace.
Man,
Is it Friday?
Let's close the windows.
who cares? He's out of the room. Let's just
I'd also
get
recommend to
what's
close
inside
the
the
doors in
box.
this moment.
Yeah, now we're just closing windows and doors, and then going in the
Hold
center
on.
of the room, setting up a table, I'm putting the box on the table, and I'm waiting for everybody to go
I don't
around.
know if we have access to a private room here, Dagger. This is kind of.
There are private rooms.
Yes.
but they're not
Remember
like
where
big,
we
big.
sleep.
Well, I mean, the sleeping. You
They
forget
haven't
that
had
the
the-
sleeping conditions are
No, no,
rather
no.
single-bedded
So
situations.
so the guild is pretty much empty, and there are like rooms, like small rooms. There's not like big open areas. Second floor has like rooms like a kitchen and like I guess not cafeteria, but more like a table and a small built-in kitchen, and it's all like doors, all that. Everything has a lock and key. But
Yeah,
everything is
I think.
All right. Let's just stand on guard, just in case.
Oh,
Sergal
disagree.
uses
Tell
his
me-
Sergal uses
Tell me
divine
when
sense.
you are all ready.
Honestly, using some divine sense is actually pretty smart.
Yes, that is
Okay.
why I'm doing it.
So. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Okay. So. Making your way to the second, and this, to put in perspective, this is a pretty simple box. About what you assume maybe has like what you assume is like 3/4 of a foot tall and all the basically. I can't describe it like almost a foot in all directions. Not a box, but like more like a nice iron chest. But it's pretty light. There's not much in it. You hear something rattle in it. What seems to feel another box. So who's in the room with a table to investigate?
Room where it happened.
Definitely in the room.
We're
Yeah,
definitely
I
all
think
in
we're
the
all
room.
in here.
We are all in the room.
Okay.
I leave,
Yeah.
and just in the middle
Okay,
of the room. table.
opening up, it has a simple lock that it has basically no key or anything. Just you just need to tug it a bit and it opens. And in it, it's a simple wooden box inside of it. The metal was just basically additional layer of protection. And inside of it there is a box, another box. This time a lot more smaller, and what seems to be made of this obsidian stone, like black stone, almost obsidian-like. And
Would that obsidian be familiar to anyone?
In what way?
I mean, it depends. Is obsidian ever used for crafting? If so, maybe. If
I
not,
mean-
probably not.
I mean, you can clearly see that this is obsidian. It's basically charcoal stone. Nothing unusual about it. What is unusual, though, every few seconds you see something budge, something change a bit as you look at it.
Okay. Detect magic. The last one of the day.
There is nothing in the chest that is magical.
The chest itself is not magical. Strange. I kind of hold it steady. Are we ready? Looking at everyone.
And it kind of just nods.
Go for it.
So,
I slowly open it.
I hope everybody has a nostalgia trip with this banger of a track.
Is it a wrong nostalgia trip? Wrong nostalgia trip?
So, as you open up the box, in the box, what seems to be blackish blood. The entire inside of the box is drenched in black blood, like literally black blood.
Oh no.
And in the center, there is a black heart with highlighted whitish veins still beating. Every few seconds, you see it budge as the heart springs to life. That subsides.
Question.
I'm
your
closing back
description-
the
sorry, I didn't
box.
mean to interrupt.
I'm closing back the box as soon as I see that black heart. Like after like
Alright.
2 seconds, like oh shit.
Yeah, Araxis, given my familiarity with the journey of the archipelago and the stories around that, would I understand what this is?
Yes, you would. You see a sky in
Dan's face go
discoloration.
white.
Close the box.
I already did. What's this is this is troubling. It's
The
still
question is, how
beating.
many of us actually know what it is?
I'm just off put by it that it's just a heart. that's
That is
beating.
still beating. Yes.
Yeah.
What is that?
That, my friends, is the darkness of the abyss. The imminent threat to reality itself. The archipelago's greatest nemesis.
And we
Huh?
have it.
I'm sorry. What? Archipelago nemesis?
For the first time probably in ever, you see a flash of concern and fear.
The hell was he giving us that for?
You think it has to be the reason why that cat is following us?
Wait. It wasn't before we died. If that okay, Farrell, you say this had something to do with the archipelago.
Yes.
Was before the incident that we have all befallen to, wasn't there some strange man that showed up asking for people with visions, dreams of an event?
I suppose so, but
Wait,
Gosh darn it.
is would that would something so far relate to this?
I don't know. But why? His heart's still beating. What does? Wait a minute.
Everybody roll me a wisdom saving pro.
Oh fuck!
Wait a minute.
No.
Fuck. Oh, no.
Wait, we're paladins. We're paladins.
Let's see if we succeed this.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh
no,
boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Alien.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Can somebody succeed? Oh god.
Oh my.
Yes, everybody failed. Everybody failed. And the best
What
part
about
is
Tarumak?
Arthur and Elena didn't win because you were like, yeah, this is a private thing. So all of a sudden, let's see.
Bro, I thought we were done with this plot line. Why can't this be over?
Give me a second.
Why won't you die?
Well, time to go on an acid trip.
Oh no 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 no
This is no acid trip.
no. We're gonna let's see which one. This one.
Are
maybe.
we going to be teleported to that underground place?
Oh no! Listen, I'm looking. Jesus Christ.
Be patient. Just be patient. Wait for-
Rax isn't like. He's
I am-
gotten rusty. Give him a moment.
Yeah. Oh boy. I got the music that I want to play, but it's I'm gonna loop it then, I guess. So
I love the excitement and fear we are all feeling.
Honestly, the fact that we pretty much almost perfectly rolled an average of 10 is amazing.
I know.
all of a sudden you hear
once.
a hit of a pen, a quill against paper, rapid scramblings in all of your heads. You hear your master, your father, Tarumak's voice. The dreams, they keep coming back. I hear it in my heart. I hear it in my head. The gnawing souls of the abyss clawing back. They'll come one day for us all. I am infected with it. I shall turn. This is an oddity, an excursion to an original deal. One way to live. And all of a sudden, the pen places down as you hear a knife getting pulled out, and what seems to be a breaking of flesh and bone with huffed pains as all of a sudden the rending of flesh ends and a beating heart continues. As a thudding heart hits the table in all of your heads. I hope one day I'll atone for all my sins that I committed. Maybe I'll leave a brighter future for a damn mine a long time ago. And there's silence. Give me a second. So, can somebody just put a notch on everybody?
A what?
A notch, as in mark somewhere in your character sheet that you have one of something. One of question marks.
Are
if
you
will.
using?
Okay, put it.
I'm just gonna call it madness.
Until we know
Sure.
what it is, it's madness.
Oh.
Or madness, because I spelled it wrong and I don't care to fix it.
Anyway.
I didn't think it'd go that far.
So, Tarumak's madness, 1 out of unknown.
Anyway, yeah. But now you can hear what seems to previously be a very, stressed and very unregular beat of a heart in the chest. Not in the chest, but technically in the chest, yeah. You can hear it quite well beating.
Did the heartbeat change?
Yes. It became from irregular to what you could consider normal for humanoid standards.
Okay, so it was stressed, but now it's kind of relieved? I'm about to insight check a heart. God damn. You know what?
Oh,
Fine,
boy.
I'll insight check this heart.
I was gonna say, do we have an inkling of whose heart this is?
It's
Right.
clearly Tarumak's.
No doubt about it. But Araxis, can I insight check the heart for?
No, you cannot.
I feel like
Okay.
at best that would be a medicine check, and I think you already answered any of the meaningful questions.
Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Like that box is now closed, definitely.
We need to like encase this box in lead or something.
I think the magical enchantments was what was keeping it.
I'm putting it back in the other box. And then closing that box. I kept it so far. I think I will carry it for now.
Sergal looks around at everyone's faces. Is there, other than the obvious like panic and shock of that vision, is there anything else that just like
No.
has
No, everything's the
there's
same.
no like okay.
I mean, come on.
So did everybody see the same thing?
Technically didn't see it, you just heard it.
I
Well,
see. I heard. Also, can we take a moment to appreciate that he just pulled out a Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
Also, just minus the love.
Also,
maybe we should put it in a jar of dirt.
No, what the fuck is? Don't want to clog his arteries.
Chadwick is kind of correct. You just gotta open the fucking deal.
Yeah.
What shit?
1 level of radiation poisoning. Congratulations.
Oh boy. So
We're the new Chernobyl.
Who wants to drink the black licorice juice?
The forbidden chocolate smoothie.
Oh.
So
Got-
Farron kind of like color returns to Farron's face. So about identifying the weapon.
Farron,
we
by
Tiny
the
gem in
gods.
the heart. Good weapon. Shock like grenade.
Grenade.
Rock. Angry rock.
Will we be able to track Tarumak's rest of Tarumak with his heart?
I'm not.
We are
I'm
not
opening
showing
that
this
box.
to anybody
Not
else.
opening. But could we find Tarumak with it? We need answers now.
Or is that damn cat when you need it?
We
This
all
thing
heard
is
the.
too much for us at this point.
I do not think the
can't-
cat should have this.
we can't-
May
we
try and
can't.
eat it.
All right,
Brig,
too many people
are you
talking.
Brig, are you suggesting that this is too much for us?
At this
Do you-
current state, yes.
Tarumak chose this. Tarumak told us. He set us on this path. Doesn't that mean that we should follow it?
You saw what it did. You witnessed what it
Heard.
did to us.
Yeah. A message. A warning?
It would
I-
seem like it.
Or a confession. He has admitted to wrongs that we do not know of. Too many mysteries. I find it as conviction that we must find him. Hurriedly. Brit. We need to have a little more haste. This is unsettling me.
Did
but
no
I
one?
believe this is the right road to take.
All of a sudden,
No.
you just hear a knock on the door. You hear Arthur's
walk.
you hear Arthur's voice on the other side. You alright there? You kind of went there and locked yourself in for. Well, it's been 3 hours. You alright?
I put
I
away the
assume
box.
an array
I'll
of
kick him.
confused gazes go around. Like this hasn't felt like 3 hours, right?
You think it's been less than like 5 minutes tops. You just opened the box and had a discussion of what the fuck you just witnessed.
The ultimate test. How badly do I need to use the bathroom right now?
Well, let's see. When was the canonical last time you took a shit?
Everyone, roll a con save.
Oh,
In the tunnel next to the sword.
how soiled. Anyways, Dagger's gonna take.
Okay.
a chair and
Here's the thing though. As you take your first steps from where you're standing, you feel the numbness of your feet. You were like statues.
All right, my legs hurt now. I'm going to sit down. Pins and needles, pins and needles.
Honestly, I need some fresh air to think. I'm headed outside.
Not alone.
So Dagger's just gonna
I
sit there.
Gonna join
I'll be
you
right
there
back.
as well.
Yeah, I got.
BRB.
Alright,
So who's going with me?
going with
Aaron.
Are you going somewhere?
With you.
Going
Everyone's
outside.
going with me, bro. I go outside
No.
for some.
You go.
fresh air.
You
No,
go.
you and I.
You
Baron,
go.
You and I need to discuss.
Oh no.
No. As you go outside, it's dark. It's not like night dark. It's like dusk-ish, and you basically see in the distance, in the horizon, to just east. In the far distance, there is a fire going on, like maybe a mile away within the city walls. Besides that, the street in this section is kind of clear. There's some people walking, looking at the fire in the distance. But yeah, oh yeah, Elena is literally in bed in one of the open rooms, just asleep.
Casual.
Also, the guild hall's empty. Not a single person.
Box still on the table.
The what?
No,
Box.
it got put away.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm back. Just double check.
Yes, I put away the box. I got the box. Don't worry. I got it.
I feel like everyone
Alright, so-
walks off, leaves the box.
I don't know who's following. I don't have an inventory list of people following outside, but Farron's
I'm-
walked out for a breath of fresh air.
I am.
Oh, I am sitting. I'm.
Did nobody else hear him say he had one day? He said he had one day.
Okay, now I'm confused. I think.
No, did I hear?
He said he
had
had.
one day,
He
or,
said he had one
or
day.
maybe one day.
As in one day.
Okay.
You know.
Bro, I'm not here to correct him. I'll stay quiet.
Which one? Which one was it? Tell me.
You'd have to ask someone who knows.
Jesus Christ. Everybody's like flustered, like, oh no, it's the archipelago plot all over again.
If it's still beating, that means we could rest him.
still-
Revivify is
We don't
is
know
just
if he's
one level, a
dead.
few levels away.
We don't know if he's dead. But that's not. I'm not there.
I
If
just want to know where the
his
main
heart-
body is.
His heart is beating, so that means logically he's alive.
We're talking
So
about...
why did he what did he have one day for? Why was it one day? Was there something? How soon before the destruction of Tanis did Tarumak leave? Like the day before?
No, like 3 weeks.
3
Yeah,
weeks.
it had been some time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, not to mention the chest that was put in the headquarters was there for years. If you remember.
Yeah.
Is it his heart? Or is it just
I'll say
was the vision true? That's the big question. We cannot take anything out of the question until we know that.
Nobody wants to start the next step.
Well,
I'm out of the.
Well, me
yeah,
and
I'm-
Farron are outside right now.
Circle's
sitting
like
quiet
Circle's at
inside
this
the
point is just pacing.
I get that. I would have probably went outside as well. But
There was more outside than the one spot me and Britt are at. If you want to go outside.
Yeah.
Outside is not a single space where Farron exists.
I like your existence, so existing near you
Besides,
does...
you are omnipresent.
Actually, yeah, hold up. Don't forget, Chadwick, you have telepathy with me, so even if we're separate here right now, you can. Moment.
Oh, I'm already outside though.
Alright.
I never like being inside.
Araxis, you might hate me for this, but even though you finished the little Tarumak thing a few moments ago, I can't remember a thing of it.
No! Dagger!
Listen,
Aaron is
That's
great.
on
listen.
point for you, so...
Yes, it is. I am sad.
Yeah, well, get good.
We'll
Don't
go
worry,
over
I
it
will give you a
later.
verbatim plate. I will give you all a quote of exactly what was said after this is session. I don't want
Not
to go
my
back on an
character.
active stream.
When your bard has 20 charisma, but you have none.
Mom. Pretty chill. So yeah, Farron's outside at this point. He's just kind of leaning up on the side of the building.
Right there, next to you. We would be in silence for a while before I say. Well, that was some heavy things to happen.
There is too much to understand what truly is going on. And I have too many unfounded concerns to really say much.
But this could be anything. From a return of the dark evil once taken care of by the archipelago, to a simple abuse of the remnants of what relies. Because, remember, the big picture here. A bunch of undead forces going straight. Tanis was obviously a stopping point, given what we know now. So, ask yourselves, what is out there that an undead zombie army wants to, that Tarumak can protect, and would do this to do so?
There must have been something he kept from us then. There.
Beyond that, I have some speculations of why that heart was given to us. But I'd rather not shake the faith our party has in the man. But
There's
I
also
suppose...
the thing of... Oh, go ahead.
He raises an eyebrow at that statement. Go on.
There's also the fact that that Joseph fella came and visit. You think he wasn't just looking, but he knew who he was looking for?
I don't think I was looking for an individual. Because an individual like that wouldn't have been shunted by so-and-so. Tarumak doesn't fit the picture the guy was trying to paint, even if he might have fallen under the category.
He was still drawn to the city, to the town.
Was he drawn to the city or what's close to it? We don't have the details we need. He kind of pulls out a one of his pads. Let's see here. Joseph. But what I am looking for, men, children, and elderly, those who had dreams of what happened 2 years ago. By my information, they are hunted, killed, and branded as heretics. So I'm curious, what have you heard or seen by any chance? None of that description fits Tarumak. Now, again, I'm not denying here's some connection to the type of people who dream. If the dreams were truly based on the event 10 years ago, and the heart is covered in that black stuff, it's reasonable to assume there's some connection between the two. But you need to remember that that man was looking for the hunted. Tarumak was far from the hunted. That man was a hunter.
I suppose that is a valid.
But you need to ask this. If Tarumak has our best interests in mind, and he has a purpose out for us, he would have laid down the information necessary for it. So if we do not clearly know what this heart was about, and though we might poke around a bit with it, then maybe that was intended. Maybe guilt, maybe purpose, but nevertheless, it leaves the purpose of the heart in shrouded mystery. For all we know, this was some grasp at immortality. The black stuff granted quite a bit of power, and if he found a way to isolate it to one part of his body without infecting the rest, who knows the effects?
Then I guess the question is where do we go from here?
Question is simple. We go to bed from here, and we wake up with fresher minds tomorrow. He kind of starts getting up past the side and pats her on the kneecap.
At this point, 21 days. 21 days until apparently he loses track of us because the cat, our little cat friend.
21 days until he no longer needs to keep track of us, maybe.
That's also true.
So many questions. Sleep on it. Fresher minds. He starts walking in and he starts writing something down on a note.
It's going to have to be interesting trying to explain this to Dagger. I know he wants to find Tarumak. Probably more than anyone at this point.
I finishes writing what he's down on a note. DM for reference. He's writing down a note. Where's a good place for the where the guild leader would see a note?
There is one table, like a massive table that has no what's it called, chairs, that you see in Ox. The Goliath just gonna be around. It's clear now, but
Yeah, I just set down a note with the basic request of know where any good identifiers are. Magic weapon identifiers, whatever the exact term. And slap it down there and start, and then slap down 2 silver on the table, not knowing where to pay for any of the betting, and then walks off to one of the beds.
so how many of you gonna go to bed?
What? Oh, I'm gonna say, all right. We've all been through a lot today. Everyone,
You say that
everyone
inside
take
or
a
out?
bed. Oh, we went back in. It's like everyone take
Okay.
a bed. We will reconvene after breakfast and discuss where to go from there.
So
Yeah, I'll be going to the stables, and I'll send a message to Farron. That black shit. That's what killed a member of the Sealy court, isn't it? That's.
Oh yeah, it is.
What the hell are we supposed to do at this point? This is way too big for us.
You see, like, you hold a pause as Farron kind of thinks it over. If you only handle challenges you're suited for, you will never grow past what you are now. We will see where destiny takes our hand for the moment. But it is clear this was intentional, and for whatever reason, Tarumak thinks we should handle it. For now, I wish I had all the answers. But what's the point of a good story if the mystery is revealed before it even begins?
Yeah, I guess you're right. But holy shit, this is big.
So, as everybody goes to bed, sleep, for the night to take all of you away, I would like for all of you to roll me a d100. For tonight is a special night, and I didn't thought that you would all be so quick to opening the chest. I thought this would be like later down the line. But
so close.
Oh.
Oh god.
Not Harg.
Brit gets the divine intervention.
Harg, aren't you gonna roll, Harg? Come on.
Yeah, Harg. Anyway, you know what's the best part?
Only 2 people
Farron.
are under.
Farron. Okay, no. So here's the thing. The night takes you all away. The night swells up. The night becomes warm and nice. And pretty quiet. As all of a sudden that quietness becomes almost unnatural. Give me a second. No.
I smell fire.
This is gonna be an interesting.
Quithby. Who's gonna be the second one to burn?
Wait! Shut up.
Barbecue.
So, for Farron, that is... Oh yeah, Farron Circle, that's only you feel just a bit warm and this unusual sensation.
Oh no!
For the rest of you, you feel the winds picking up. as all of a sudden you open up your eyes and you see, looking around the night sky, looking around, you see me to be in a massive black crater above it, maybe 300 feet above it. And you see at the edges, about 3 or 4 miles away, campfires, tents, several buildings. At this point, everyone except for Sergel and Farron, but
Okay.
Nathan, Chadwick, that's where your vision ends. Dagger, you see, well, Dagger, Britt, and Karok, you see a mass of people in blackish cloaks starting to gathering on the rims moments after. Then, of course, Dagger, you lose it as well. Karok and Britt, you see a good maybe 200 something individuals on one side gathering up, as all of a sudden in the middle of the air you see someone descending from above. What you see is an entity of wood with red gleaming eyes, dressed as a nobility, but also on top of that, wearing an all blue coat. On the back of the coat, you see threads of shadow as he slowly descends to the middle of this pit. Karok, you fade away. Britt, as soon as this entity hits the Black Crater Center, thousands of runes light up in different colorations, start to circling in clockwise and counterclockwise in all areas of the pit. As there is a brief concentration of power, as you see all the runes in the black crystal, some sort of power, some sort of tangible line of color goes from the magical runes on the black crystal to the individual in the middle, manifesting into something, and then your vision fades. So, with that, we're gonna call it this. Everybody gonna wake up nicely, and the next morning. So, with that, we're gonna call it.
Nice.
So
I'm glad I didn't get that vision. Gonna be completely honest.
First session of the year, and if all goes well, I'm gonna
Pandora's box.
if all goes well, I'm gonna have some gnarly fucking art to showcase down the year.
Hell yeah.
Some people you might recognize that are now crucial to the story.
Araxis.
Uh-huh.
How long have we known each other at this point?
About 2.5 years, give or take.
Damn. How many campaigns have we gone through together?
5 in total, I think.
Damn. Pretty dope.
Anyway, so anything you want to say before I shut the stream down? No survivors. Go, 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 go.
Smite! 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 Smite!